Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of your OGR, as today is game 46 as the Edmonton Oilers went up against the Winnipeg Jets, and oh my lord, was this game ever a beauty, as the Edmonton Oilers are really showcasing what they have coming into this playoffs as we put a beatdown on the Winnipeg Jets, walking away with a 6-1 victory. McDavid was playing his absolute best hockey. McLeod made his debut, and also Dmitry Kulikov was in the lineup as well. We have tons of Oilers talk to talk about in today's episode, which really excites me because looking at this team right now, this is one of the best built teams that I've seen in a while. Now, yes, we need a bit better depth, but McLeod actually gave us a third line centerman that we have not seen in a very long time. And if Ryan McLeod could keep playing the way that he played during this game, which we're going to be getting into the way that he played later on in today's episode, because he was so defensively sound. His speed was amazing. He even drew a penalty. Now, he didn't get any points, which I wish he did, but his line mates were Archibald and Devon Shore, so, I mean, that's not going to be the biggest point-producing line for the Edmonton Oilers, of course. But we also, in the top six, we're actually finally seeing some very competent lines as Kahun play alongside of McDavid and Puljujärvi, which we've been asking for this since day one of the OGR, when Kahun and Draisaitl weren't working out very well, and we were saying that Kahun and Yamamoto were basically the same players. We were saying that let's take Kahun and Yamamoto apart. They don't belong with each other, and we finally threw him alongside of Connor McDavid, and it worked like absolute butter with cheese. So let's get right into this, as the first goal right off the get-go, Alex Chiasson gets his 8th of the season, assisted by Larson and Draisaitl. It was a beautiful setup by Leon Draisaitl. He's being creamed up against the boards, and somehow, by the will, he kicked it out to his stick and passed it right up to Larson. And still watching this play, to me, absolutely blows my mind, and how special we are as fans to get to watch Draisaitl and McDavid play every single night, because that beautiful pass from Draisaitl setting up Larson and then setting up Chiasson. Me and my dad were absolutely shit-talking Chiasson and talking about how much of a bum he is. And then right after that, he scores a absolute massive goal to start things off. And Hellebuck in this game for the Winnipeg Jets was looking a bit shaky in this one too to start off the game, which is why we scored 6 goals on him, because after that, once they pulled him, we weren't able to score anything else. And then Connor McDavid got his 26th of the season. And if I get this one right, this was a fake shot from Connor McDavid, because he had one breakaway, and then he got another one somehow, and was able to fake shoot it, and then put it right into the back of the net, and oh, it was just great to see that. I think that was his 78th point of the season, because he got 81 points on the season, and it's possibly that Connor McDavid could most likely hit 100 points on the season, as we're only 10 games away, and honestly, I would put all my money on McDavid hitting 100 points this year. And if he does, that absolutely breaks every record. We have not seen a guy that's been on pace for 140 points since the late 90s, and McDavid's doing it here in 2021. It is absolutely crazy what Connor McDavid is doing right now, and especially the goals he was scoring all night long were absolutely unbelievable. We'll get on to the next goal here. Connor McDavid scored another beautiful goal there for the Edmonton Oilers going into the second period. I think this is one where the puck was practically just bouncing all over the place and somehow went in the back of the net by McDavid shooting a nice one. Hellebuck wasn't able to handle it. And in the Nuge line, Leon Draisaitl get his 23rd of the season. Finally gets himself a record as well, as he got his 488th point, passing Marco Sturm for the most all-time German leader in the stats, which is just absolutely nuts what Leon Draisaitl's been doing. And he's been on a bit of a slump, so being able to score a big one there in the second period, putting our team up 4-0 that quickly as well, was absolutely amazing to see. And then right after that, the Edmonton Oilers don't even stop at pouring in the offense, as Darnell Nurse gets his 14th of the season, which was another nice play here by Dominic Kahun as well. Dominic Kahun was absolutely sending on McDavid all night long. Actually, I think the 27th of the season was actually the breakaway goal. I can't actually remember it, because I know Kahun at least assisted one of the breakaway goals for McDavid. I don't remember which order they went in, but I just remember every single one of McDavid's goals last night were absolutely just off the wall nuts that McDavid scored. So Nurse got his 14th of the season, which is just absolutely amazing. A lot of these goals have came on just even strength goals as well. I think this was his 13th even strength goal of the season, which has just been absolutely amazing for Darnell Nurse. And that's a big reason why I think we've been also successful. And when you look at very successful teams, when you have your defensemen stepping up and pouring in some offense as well, scoring some goals, your team will do very well. And we've been getting that from both Nurse and Barry, which I don't really like Barry very much alongside of Nurse, which I still don't understand why Tippett throws Barry alongside of Nurse. It's still one of the stupidest pairings to do alongside of each other. I'd rather have Bear alongside of Nurse, unless they're saving it for the playoffs, but who knows? But Nurse got set up with a nice pass, and this was a really nice passing play. I think Cahoon set up McDavid, or like Cahoon pointed Puljujarvi to pass to McDavid. McDavid got it, dashed in, set up Puljujarvi, and then Puljujarvi just absolutely fed a crisp pass over to Darnell Nurse to put us up 5-0, which was just absolutely amazing to see. 5 goals in basically 2 periods. And then Mark Scheifele puts up his 19th. They finally got one on the power play there. And then Connor McDavid finishing everything off with a beautiful breakaway. It was just a great way to end this game off, 6-1. Going into the third period, nothing really happened. It was a lot of just back and forth. Winnipeg got a couple chances, but nothing too much to talk about in that third period. But honestly, this game was entertaining to watch. And also, probably you guys are asking, I haven't really explained why I'm in this little new location. I'm in a hotel right now. I'm basically moving from Calgary back to Chetwynd. Right now I just finished packing everything up. Tomorrow I'll be leaving, so I'll be able to watch the next Jets game on Wednesday. Most likely I will probably look like a zombie in the next OGR. Most likely I'll probably look like I'm dead, but I'll be able to produce the next episode for you guys as well. But let's get into everything about this game. We'll talk about the new players that we picked up, the new debuting players like Kulikov and McLeod. First up, we'll talk about Ryan McLeod, because his game was absolutely amazing last night, honestly. The way that he was defensively, the way that he was strong on his stick, and also the way that he skated. Everything about Ryan McLeod was beautiful. His defensive workings were absolutely amazing. He broke out the puck a lot for the Edmonton Oilers, getting us out of our own zone, which was something that we were really weak with our depth, is that we didn't have anyone that could carry the puck out of our own zone, which was unfortunate, because I think that's the reason why a lot of goals went against us, is because our defense, we're a very defensive bottom 6, but we were never able to get it out of our own zone, and you could see that by multiple games against Montreal and Toronto. McLeod was actually able to give us that little bit of, touch in that third line, and analytically, they were amazing. McLeod was absolutely amazing in his first game, and Tippett actually played him a decent amount too. He played 18 minutes, more than Gaetan Haas, and I think this 1-2 punch of McLeod and Gaetan Haas could be our 1-2 punch going into the playoffs. And if Tippett does not play McLeod, I will absolutely freak, because I know they've been riding Evan Bouchard in the taxi squad, but Ryan McLeod needs to play. He's a third line guy for us, and we need that third line. Carr is not ready. He's been getting banged up, and he's not very good. McLeod could do that. He could be that PK guy. We got Gaetan Haas, we got Nuge, we got Draisaitl that could also kill penalties as well. I'm not worried about our PK if we unfortunately don't bring back Jujhar Khaira. Otherwise, Dmitry Kulikov made that defensive core look very competent. We only allowed 1 goal against, and that was on the power play, or on our PK, I meant. So, honestly, it was an absolutely amazing showcase from our defensive core, especially Kulikov and Larson. That was one of our best defensive pairings all night long. Now, this is not the dream defensive pairing that we're wanting to have, but I'm not going to mind it, because when we're going into a playoff series, especially against the Winnipeg Jets, we need to have that shutdown defensive pairing. And so when you throw out Kulikov and Larson, you could trust that those guys, that Kulikov could get the puck out of his own zone, which he showed a lot. That he's not the greatest skate in the world, but he can skate out that puck for us, and he's way better. I mean, sky above better than Chris Russell ever, and actually gives us a competent top 4, an actual competent entire defensive core, especially with the Jones and Bear player, who still had a great night as well. The Edmonton Oilers absolutely had an amazing night. I cannot wait to watch this team again on Wednesday. Everyone that played in this game played like a team. I mean, our fourth line wasn't that great. The Neil, Chason and Gaetan Haas line wasn't too amazing. And of course, Chason still getting power play time while Puljujarvi barely gets any, like usual. Yeah, he didn't play one single bit of power play time, but Puljujarvi's putting up points, but he's not getting any power play time, which still makes no sense to me how Tippett absolutely just has a hard-on for all these vets like Chason and Neal who get more power play time than what Puljujarvi has in this season, and Puljujarvi's been scoring way more goals than any of those guys combined. Yeah, practically. Well, not combined. Actually, yeah, I think combined, Puljujarvi has more goals than Chason and Neal, because I think Neal only has 3. He scored most of them against Montreal, and Chason only has 8. So Puljujarvi scored more than them combined, and that's pretty damn bad if we're not playing Puljujarvi on our first power play unit. But overall, great game for the Edmonton Oilers. No complaints for the first time, I think, in an OGR, really, that I've actually had no complaints about the defensive core or the offensive core. They played amazing. McDavid was McJesus last night. He was absolutely blowing my mind, especially with that breakaway where he, like, rear view checked and just stick handled. I mean, I think I counted. I think it was like 15 complete stick handles that entire time in the matter of just seconds, which is just absolutely amazing. Probably even more than that. I mean, you probably have to really slow that down to count it all down because he stick handles so fast. It's absolutely amazing. But I think that's everything that I got to cover for this game between the Jets and the Oilers. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited for playoff hockey already, and we're only 10 games away. Also, with this win, we get into second place of the division, and we have 2 games on hand on the Toronto Maple Leafs. So, first place is not that far out of sight here, boys. I think it's doable if we continue to play like this. If we continue to play like this, anything just can happen with this Edmonton Oilers team right now. And also, shout out to Mike Smith because he was a little bit injured before the game. He limped off the ice, which I think he kind of got Charlie horsed or something. It looked like he kind of like pulled a groin or whatever he did when he went across. And he pulled something, limped off the ice. We all the Oilers Nation thought, you know, what was going to happen with Mike Smith. He played in this game. He made 36 saves on the night, and every single save was pivotal. This guy deserves the Vezina. I think if this guy's not a candidate for the Vezina, it's absolutely nuts. I mean, he hasn't played enough games, which is unfortunate, but if Mike Smith continues to play the way that he's been playing in these next couple games, he is definitely could possibly be a Vezina candidate, and I would never in the world would think that Mike Smith, 39 years old, would be a Vezina candidate in the NHL. It absolutely blows my mind. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next OGR when I'm back at home. Most likely when I'm dead. But do not worry. There will be an OGR, and I'll definitely be watching the next game between the Jets and the Oilers. It should be a fun one. But for right now, guys, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.